Hello YouTube, this is Travis Dunn with MDL, coming to you April 26, 2015, and this is my vlog. This is the end of my long week, so bear with me if I don't seem like I'm all there today. Needless to say, this is probably take 32 of this vlog. So anyway, first off, I have to sort of apologize. I did mention in my last vlog that I was planning on doing a video with Doc, doing a Star Wars discussion. And I did actually shoot that video. However, I had some minor hiccup that turned into somewhat of a major issue. I was using OBS software, and I got it all set up. I had some videos from both the celebration and the preview trailers set up to play in one corner of the video. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I had set the audio for those videos to 0. And I set them up to run it as a loop. And in that, it ran fine for the first loop. But then when it started up on the second loop, it started shooting out the audio from the videos into the recording. And the way I had it set up, I didn't change the settings to shoot my headphones. I had it just set to, audio to recording. So I didn't hear the audio. So it wasn't until after 2 hours of video shooting that when I went back and replayed it, did I determine that pretty much that audio had drowned us out for most of the discussion and made the video completely useless. It was a good looking video. But it was completely useless. And I haven't, just because of my work schedule and things, haven't been able to get with Doc and shoot another discussion. I do plan on doing that in the next few days, pending any other issues. But I did manage to go into all those videos, take out the audio, and re-encode them, so there's no chance of that audio coming up on the recording next time around. I do like OBS software. It's a little unintuitive. You have to kind of feel it out and figure it out for yourself. But if you're looking for an alternative to XSplit, it is actually a very creative program and honestly would have allowed me to use that video with almost no editing. So, I did mention also about getting a Galaxy S5. Not only did I get one, my wife got one. And let's see, I've got the Shield logo for my background. So far, I'm liking it. Very fast, very snappy. It's nice having a little bigger screen to read than the iPhone 4 or iPhone 5. Sorry, iPhone 5 that I had. Obviously, like I said, we got these phones for a couple of reasons. One, I really hate how the carriers are doing the sort of upgrade cycle, and I'll get to that in just a minute. The other part of it is I wanted a camera to shoot 4K. I want to kind of experiment with the whole 4K video thing. Don't know how much I'll be using of it, but I want it there available to do certain types of videos. Now, unfortunately, Samsung kind of nerfed the 4K video, and it only allows it to record for 5 minutes. And I kind of understand why, but in the same boat, it would be really nice to be able to shoot longer than 5 minutes. There is a workaround, a hack, that I'd have to root my phone and install this mod, and it will allow me to record 30 to 60 minutes, something like that. And it's called HX Camera Mod. Can't speak. So, right now I'm trying to figure out how that particularly works. I have rooted a phone before, or actually some tablets. But apparently the Galaxy S5, this particular version is a little more difficult to do. So I'm working on that, and I imagine me and Doc are going to sit down. I did also, obviously I have an OtterBox. And honestly, these are some of the best cases on the market for phones. I have sort of the dumber down version. I don't go for the full on crazy protection. My wife, on the other hand, I go for the crazy protection. She is rough on phones. Where I can go 2 years without getting a new phone, she can break one what seems like no time flat. So I always get her the more expensive case just because. But anyway, I got a 64 gig memory card. I got her a 32, and mostly because I knew I was going to be shooting video with this. In fact, this could become my primary video shooting, maybe even for doing these vlogs. But I am currently looking at a smartphone tripod adapter. I'm also looking at getting a adapter cable to possibly use the lapel mic, which is what I'm using in this video, and so that it would actually work with the smartphone. Because I've been having trouble with getting it to work on anything other than my laptop, which is actually sitting over here recording right now. So, but anyway, like I said, it will only do 5 minutes of video in 4K, and it takes up about every 3 minutes is like a gig of space. So it's, 4K video obviously does take a lot more space than a normal video. But I'm looking for, and the other thing with the 4K is you get no image stabilization or special features. And while for the most part that's not a big deal, especially when I'm using it on a tripod, but I definitely won't be running and gun and shoot a whole lot with 4K, and just because there's just no option for that feature. And I'm sure that's just because the processor is being maxed out for that. But it shoots great 1080p video. The audio, I want to say the audio is good in the respect that it picks up a lot, but it picks up too much. I did actually technically shoot this originally in the car, trying it out and doing a vlog, and the audio was kind of useless for me. It picked up way too much background noise, and even with noise removal, it didn't sound right. Oh, excuse me. And so I'm going to keep tinkering with that and trying to get that hammered out. Now, I also last week mentioned something about Girl Scouts, and there was something that I would talk about in the next video, and obviously this being the next video. My daughter, and actually one of the other leaders' daughters, who's the same age as mine, has decided that after this year that she was done with Girl Scouts, and kind of knew this was coming. She's starting to get into other things, cheerleading and whatnot. So, but she's ready to move on, and she's also at the point where after this year she would have moved up to the next step beyond junior, and the troop is currently not set up to handle that. And me and the wife and the other leaders have kind of struggled to continue with participation and trying to keep up with what the girls have or haven't done, depending on whether they show up for meetings. And so, to be honest, we're all kind of burned out. We're all done. My wife, I've obviously been helping out. I've been helping out more of a leader in the last year, but I have helped out on a lot of stuff over the last few years, because obviously if my wife goes, I go. So, my daughter's been in it for 6. I think my wife has been an assistant leader for like 5, and she's been, or not 5, she was assistant leader, I think, for 2, and then for like the last 2 or 3 years, my wife has been the leader, the troop leader. And so it's just, it is a lot of work, and it's really hard sometimes. It's that time of the year. It's really hard sometimes to deal with all that and the financials and things like that. And cookie season, it was a struggle. We did make, like I said, we did make some good money, but we're all done. We're ready to move on, let somebody else take it over. Now, with that, that was part of the whole meeting that we were having with the parents this week. And we told the parents it's going to happen one of two ways. Either some parents are going to step up and take over in the fall, or we were going to need to do a blowout summer and pretty much spend the money because of legal reasons, because of financial reasons. We can't give the girls the money. We can't, we can't do anything. If we don't spend it, we're probably going to lose it to council. So, we said, if parents want to take it over, we would set up our regular activities for the summer, and would leave plenty of money for the troop to continue on if they wanted to do it that way. Otherwise, we were going to do the blowout summer and really push and have some fun, one last, set of activities. And obviously probably do some activities that we wouldn't normally do because of the expense. And we have over $5,000 to, for the troop to spend. So we could have a lot of fun this summer. Now, this coming Saturday, we're going to have, of course, the wife would message me. I'm going to ignore her for the moment. I'll call her back here in a minute. I'll put this on vibrate. She always does this when I'm doing a vlog. This time I'm not going to edit it out. So, anyway, we're gonna have a blowout summer, I think, because I don't think any parents have really stepped up and said, "Hey, we're going to do it," because it's going to take 3 or 4 of them at least to manage the troop. And but Saturday we're going to go to the Newport Aquarium in Cincinnati, and we paid for the backstage access, so we're going to get to go behind. The girls are going to get to go behind the scenes and see all the stuff that goes on at the aquarium. And then they had the option to spend some time with penguins. Unfortunately, it's one thing I don't like about the aquarium is they nickel and dime you to death. Because it's $11 to get in, and then it's another like 15 for the backstage, and then it's 25 to spend time with the penguins, and it's just kind of stupid. Code red today. But anyway, so I'll talk more about what we end up deciding on doing. We've got a few ideas, in place, and we'll like I said, I'll talk about that on future vlogs. And in fact, I'll probably have some pictures, maybe even some video of Saturday's activity, which I'll tell you, I'll probably get almost no sleep that day because I'm literally getting off of work, coming home, probably getting another shower, and then we'll be leaving. So, but anyway, just kind of an update if you haven't been paying attention. Furious 7 has made over $1 billion in the box office, and this week Vin Diesel announced, I forget exactly what it was some event, some theater event he was at, but he was up on stage and they had, Furious 8 April 2017. So they are going to do another Fast and the Furious with, I imagine most of the crew will want to come back and do it because I'm sure they all made a buttload of money. But so yeah, we're gonna get another Fast and the Furious. Not really disappointed there. One other weird thing I wanted to talk about: Netflix is doing a reboot of Full House. There are certain franchises that I have begged and wanted for reboots, and some of them we've got, and it seems like we always get some half-baked version. But here lately, it seems like we've had these rehash of old TV series. And if anybody remembers Boy Meets World, here this last year, and I don't think I've even watched one whole episode of Girl Meets World, which is basically the two of them that were part of the original series, as children are now adults and have their own children and da 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 da, and that's the whole purpose of that story. So Netflix is supposed to reboot Full House, and I liked Full House for the most part. It was part of a, it was kind of like 3 or 4 shows that my parents watched, and I actually somewhat enjoyed watching most of the time. And but I don't get the whole point. I just don't think. I think for the time that the show was on the air, it fed a certain market, and I just don't think that market exists anymore. And I guess they're talking about this is going to be DJ, her sister, and Kibby. Was it Kibby? Kibby Gibbler, I think it was the character's name. This is kind of funny now, I guess. The oldest daughter has a couple of kids, 2 or 3 kids, something like that. She's gonna have some kids. Apparently, the husband dies in a car accident, which seems to be, that was kind of the premise of why the mom wasn't in the picture, which is kind of weird. But talk about a family with shouldn't get anywhere near an automobile. But I still think it's kind of a stupid idea. I don't think it's going to do very well. And it being Netflix, it might. People might watch it just because it's on Netflix. So, I have been watching Daredevil slowly, but I'll be honest, I'm not into it. Unlike a lot of the other Marvel and DC TV shows, I'm just not into it. It's not jumping out at me. So, and like I said, I'll probably do a video separately, just kind of talking about that type of thing. But yeah, just like I said, I'm just not into it. But anyway, Old Man Winter hasn't has wanted to take one more crap on us. It seems like this last week we've seen anything from high 20s, low 30s to 50ish. I think today it's 44 degrees. So it's been really cold, considering the week before that we were seeing like 75 degrees. And yeah, I'm kind of sick of cold weather. And don't get me wrong, this is not super cold weather, but I'm just I'm ready for definitely a lot warmer weather. I have requested and pretty much got approved my days off for Origins. So I'm looking real excited for Origins this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. I was kind of disappointed last year. I had just changed jobs and all that, and my friend's from Alaska, and he'd came down to visit, and I was really planning on spending like most of the day, and obviously I had to work. I slept for a few hours, got up, we got dressed, and we went. Well, I didn't realize that the main hall closes at like 6 o'clock, so we only got maybe 2 hours at the event, so we kind of had to rush through it. And they're possibly talking about coming up maybe next year or year after, and I really hope to kind of make up for that the next time they're here. We did actually pick up some really cool games last year, and I've got a couple that I'm eyeing for this year, and so I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, I think this is where I'm going to end the video for this point. Like I said, I'm going to sit down with Doc here in the next day or so, get that video hashed out, and get that posted. So definitely watch out for that, and I promise I will get that video done. I'm just so tired. But anyway, this is where I'm going to end. Everybody have a great day. I hope they have a great week, and we'll see you next time.